Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Fellow Rotarians, past presidents, past district governors in our midst, assistant governors, RI officers in our midst, friends and guests of Rotary. We welcome you to today's meeting. It's good to have you on this call once again. The last time was about 2 weeks ago. And we're having our guest speaker today, who is the CP of a Rotary Club in Uganda. Stay glued and learn from her wealth of knowledge. Before we commence properly, I would want us to all have a 2 minutes silent invocation in our respective religion. Amen. Okay, permit me to call on, who do I call on now, to give us the 4-way test. Okay, Rotarian Dominica, could you help us with the 4-way test, please?
Sure, no problem.
Thank you.
Fellow Rotarians, you are invited to join me as we repeat the 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you. Thank you for the 4-way test. We will be taking, just give me a moment, please. I want to make the guest speaker a co-host. Okay. Okay, so together let's take the Rotary Grace. I want to see if I can share that on my screen right away. Yep. Okay, together let's take the Rotary Grace. Oh Lord, thou giver of all good, we thank thee for our daily food. May Rotary friends and Rotary ways help us to serve thee all our days for good food, for good fellowship, and the opportunity to serve. We give thee thanks. Okay, so I'll introduce our guest speaker, and she's none other than the charter president of Rotary Club of I can't pronounce the name. She'll pronounce the name when she's there.
It's Sunday.
Sunday. Thank you, PP VJ, for that. Okay, so we have Rotarian Kate Barasa. She's an alumni of University of Sydney in Australia, University of Sussex in the UK, at Makerere University. She has a classification in public health and social development services. For over 20 years, she has served several bilateral and multilateral organizations, including the United Nations and the World Bank, and recently, the East African Crude Oil Pipeline and the International Fund for Agricultural Development. She has had over 10 years of university teaching experience at Makerere University. CP Kate is a winner of several awards and recognitions of excellence. She has an outstanding performance from the International Committee of Red Cross, World Bank, and UNHCR, amongst others. She was honored to receive the prestigious Women in Rotary Leadership Award in the year 2021 and 2022, respectively. On the Rotary front, she is the charter president of the Rotary Club of Sunday District 9213. She served her club as opportunity president and change maker president. She had the opportunity to serve the change maker president as the president of presidents in the Rotary year 2021-2022, respectively. In 2022-2023, she served as the district chair for major gifts and endowments. In 2023-2024, CP Kate is serving or served as the Assistant Governor for Kampala Area 1 and Dean of AGs. She was recognized as the Assistant Governor of the Year. In the same year, her club recognized her as the Rotarian of the Year. This Rotary year, 2024-2025, CP Kate is serving as the district chair for the foundation, for the Rotary Foundation fundraising. Next year, Rotary year 2025-2026, she will be serving as the Lieutenant Governor. She is also serving as new club advisor for 3 clubs, the Rotary Club of Ngora, Rotary Club of Serere, and Rotary Club of Bukerere Information. She and her daughter, Barbara Barasa, are major donors level 1, and both are committed to giving more to Rotary Foundation. CP Kate has attended district conventions, zone institutes, and RI conventions. She joined Rotary to serve humanity and her social network, and to expand her social networks, and to also use her classification and experience to make a contribution through Rotary's 7 areas of focus. She is happily married, and she's blessed with 4 sons and a daughter. Fellow Rotarians, friends, and guests of Rotary, let us make welcome CP Kate Barasa. My CP, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, President Vien, for inviting me. I apologize that I will not put on my video because I'm just out of a meeting, so I've just found a little corner to make this presentation. I cannot also share the screen because it says host disabled participant. But I have
Vian, can you make this ID also the co-host? You have made the other ID because she is logged in from 2 places.
I made her the co-host already.
She is logged in from 2 IDs. You make this ID also as the co-host.
Yeah, okay. I made both already. Can you?
Are we?
Oh, yes, that's true.
Yes, we can see it, CP.
Okay. So thank you very much. Our topic this evening, and very nice to see Dominica, my friend. Thank you so much for joining, and many other friends online. I would like to recognize members from my club, the Rotary Club of Sunday, who have accompanied me, and also the charter president from the Rotary Club of Serere, Simon Ochan, and Rotarian Olupot. Thank you all for accompanying me to Nigeria this evening. So I'll start by congratulating the Rotary Club for being chartered recently. Congratulations and welcome to the family of Rotary. Very well done, CP Vien, and very nice to meet you.
Same here too.
Now, our topic today is leveraging classifications for membership development. And indeed, for new Rotarians, August is the month of membership and club development. And we're very happy to be speaking to this very unique topic, because throughout the month, we haven't had any discussions around classifications and how these link to membership development. I will start by giving an overview on classifications in Rotary. And I want to share that all membership in Rotary is based on classification. And classification is the main distinct or recognized business or professional service that any Rotarian renders to society. So it's derived from what we do. It could also be the Rotarians' own activity within the organization in which they are employed or in the business that they are carrying out. So classifications are loaned to us by Rotary, loaned because we are expected to uphold the ethics of Rotary in delivering whatever business or professional service that we deliver as Rotarians. And these can be withdrawn anytime if we do not adhere to the values and the ethics that we sign up to as Rotarians. There's a very critical principle in Rotary around classification, and that is that members should come from different classifications so as to represent a diverse section of our society. So we uphold the value of diversity as Rotarians, and we don't work towards becoming or having clubs that are focused on only one self-interest groups. So we are encouraged to be as diverse as possible. Why? Because we are business and professional persons coming together with different skills, experiences, knowledge, and whatever to provide service around the 7 areas of focus. It's therefore important for each club to take stock of the classifications that are represented in their clubs to inform our club growth strategy so that we sustain the diversity that Rotary International emphasizes. And usually this is done through classification surveys to understand which categories of skills are missing in our clubs, which ones are overrepresented, which ones do we need for the kind of commitments that we have made in our 3 or 4 or 5 year strategy, and so on and so forth. So classification is a very important topic, and I really thank the CP for identifying this topic today. Now, on the other hand, membership development has basically 4 arms. One is getting more members into Rotary, which is our main business, because membership is our #1 internal priority. And therefore, each of us as Rotarians has a responsibility in helping to get more Rotarians and getting more helping hands into Rotary. The other one is keeping existing members vibrant, interested, happy, and active. The third one is ensuring that our members stay once they join Rotary, that we close the tap of Rotarians that leave Rotary every year. And then the last one is that we grow through development or sponsoring new clubs or Rotary-related organizations. So attraction, engagement, retention, and expansion are our core business in membership development. Now, there are several classifications in Rotary, and when you get into My Rotary, you can easily download and have a look at the hundreds of classifications that we have, within Rotary. Some of these listed here are examples, and again, they're linked to what we do ordinarily or what we do most of the time as Rotarians, even before we join Rotary. It's important to note that a classification can change depending on how the Rotarian remains or changes what they do primarily as a business or a professional area. And what is important is for us to now look at the link between classifications and membership development. First of all, our classifications in the different clubs can be utilized as a vehicle for identification of potential members, because each Rotarian in what they do has a bigger network of people that they relate with, that they work with, that they serve. Taking an example of Rotarians who have a classification around, for example, education services or health services, they'll relate with the communities, they'll relate with policymakers, they'll relate with parents, they'll relate with patients, they'll relate with a wide range of people. And that is the potential pool from where we can draw new and very, very useful members to Rotary. So we can use the classifications to enable members expand the analysis around who in their catchment network, in their work areas, in their communities where they live are able to join Rotary. In that way, we grow membership. Classifications also are a very key input to the smooth implementation of club business. As we all know, we have different dockets within our clubs. We have club boards, and each docket has a core responsibility feeding into the overall strategy of the club, but also feeding into the district goals and eventually the Rotary International goals. Now, to deliver within the club, you need different skills, different levels of experience, and different interests as well. But it's important to note here that we have 5 avenues of service, and within those avenues of service, we are able to identify people who might be interested in community service, in vocational service, in youth service, in international service, and also in club service. If we have a limited range of classifications in our club, then we find that it is difficult for us to deliver on all the avenues of service. Or we find few members serving in a multiple areas of service and getting overwhelmed because of the other responsibilities that they have. Through our classifications, we are also able to provide professional support through the community projects. For example, if you have a maternal and child health project and you have members of your club that have that as their classification, they find it very easy to make the connections with existing institutions, to professionally deliver the service. We've done a number of Rotary Family Health Days run by Rotarians themselves, providing dental services, providing other medical services, mental health checkups and treatment, providing laboratory services, providing all kinds of services through the community projects that we work on. If we address the water and sanitation and hygiene projects, then we find water engineers, we find community water trainers, and so on and so forth. So it's very, very important that we continue diversifying our classifications so that it is very easy for us to deliver high quality community projects. The more classifications we have in our clubs, the better we are able to contribute to the value proposition to each member. because through our networks, we provide mutual support to members whenever necessary. If a member requires expert advice on taxation, there may be people who can assist. If a member requires specific support on health, then there could be members within our clubs or other clubs that can support. If members require advice on education, on professional growth, on any area, then we're able to draw on our own resources as a family of Rotary to support our members. So it's very, very important that we expand our classifications and also utilize them to create this value proposition and an environment that will ensure that our members stay and are motivated and they see the value of being a Rotarian. The classifications in our clubs also enable increased learning opportunities for members, because a lot of times we can draw on our own Rotarian members, Rotarians, to make presentations, first of all, defending their classifications, talking about the areas they work in, but also talking about topics that could be very helpful to other Rotarians. Medical doctors, for example, are able to talk to us about preventive health, about treatment of different diseases, about early diagnosis and its importance. If we have Rotarians who are in the sporting or health and fitness classification, they're able to contribute significantly to enabling us to be active and take on exercises and keep ourselves and our families and our communities healthy. If we have Rotarians who have a classification on early childhood development, then they're able to talk about child growth and development, child survival, and all those very important topics around nutrition for children, and so on and so forth. So it's very important even for our own cohesion and learning opportunities and members feeling that there's a value for being in Rotary, because otherwise we'd be paying for those services very highly if we sought those services elsewhere. The classifications also help us to expand, as members, help us to expand our personal and group networks, because a lot of times we tend to be restricted in our silos of work, silos of training, silos of expertise. And when we come to Rotary, we're able to open up our networks to other professions, other businesses, and people with different skills. And in the process, we feel very complete and very happy as members, and we continue to grow and do our work with a lot of value. There are very important actions that we as clubs need to consider. And one of them is, while we want to grow our clubs and want to grow Rotary, we must identify our new members selectively. We need to have a clear and defined criteria. For example, we could do membership classification assessments once or twice a year, depending on the size of the club. We can then be able to identify the classifications that are missing. For example, there are several clubs that do not have a classification on media or journalism or publishing, and they find it very difficult to grow their public image portfolio. So once we identify such gaps, then we are able to target and say, as our growth strategy, we need to get in more people from the media, from the journalism background, or from that area of classification. A number of clubs also do not have nutritionists as part of their classifications in the club. And yet when we do family health days, when we get out to do projects that look at community health, that look at economic empowerment, nutrition tends to be a cross-cutting aspect that will support both prevention and good health in the communities. And so we can easily target and reach out to institutions or to areas where we can find those classifications that we don't have. So in short, most of the clubs do not exhaust all the classifications that they are. And we must be intentional and deliberate as we try to grow our clubs and to make a value proposition, but also to develop our membership portfolio in our clubs. The other one is to cultivate a positive and motivated membership through promotion and recognition of the support networks based on their classifications. So a lot of times we forget to recognize that vocational service is one of the core areas of service for Rotary. And we need to look beyond the clubs and make sure that we motivate members through their support networks that they work in, but also create new networks within within Rotary where they're able to expand their own knowledge, their own skills, and share this across Rotary and beyond within the communities and institutions that we work with. So we need to create motivation for members that their vocations or their classifications are highly valued. We need to give them opportunities to participate, to propose projects, to be able to design projects, to supervise projects, and to also make sure that they're interfacing in the areas that they have skills in. Not to mention that there are a few Rotarians who, when they join Rotary, are not really interested in continuing with what their classification is. They would like to learn new skills. And so there's no standard provision that everybody who comes in with a health classification in health that offers that service in health. They might be want to do the health within the education sector or within a community setting. And so we need to be very flexible while we do these surveys. We should also extend an opportunity for our members to identify where exactly they want to utilize their classifications. The other suggestion that I would like to share with all of you Rotarians and friends online is that we could explore an opportunity to create communities of practice within Rotary, or even common interest groups, either within your clubs or within the districts, or within the area clusters of clubs, so that the IT people know each other, because the IT area as a whole has subsets of classifications. And that is why when I shared the previous slide on classifications, the main point here was that as we learn classifications, we must recognize that even in early childhood education, there might be subsets of what people do for a living. Education has different components, has higher education, vocational education, primary education, and so on. So let's be very clear when we are learning classifications to our Rotarians and when we are also identifying areas of service so that we look deeper into exactly the specific area that they have specialized in. Now, the communities of practice enable people with common background, common knowledge, to enhance their skills, to enhance their operations, and also to promote their professional growth together, because then they share opportunities, they share mentorship programs, they can share openings for jobs, they can create their own work areas as an interest group, but above all, they can also serve Rotary as a group. We must then be intentional about aligning our member interests and skills and experience to service. I wouldn't emphasize this more, but it's extremely important that we keep each and every Rotarian busy and committed to doing something, because when we join Rotary, we join primarily for service, and the satisfaction that we get as Rotarians is more from the service and the fun that we encounter as we serve. So it's very important that from time to time we check with members whether they are fulfilled in terms of what they are doing, whether they would like to be creative and identify how they can serve their clubs, or how they can serve internationally, or how they can serve the community using what they already bring to Rotary as their skills. I want to end there in the interest of time so that we can have more questions and comments, and any additions are very welcome from the Rotarians online. And again, I want to thank the President very much for choosing this important topic on classification and linking it to member development. It plays a very, very significant role. It's through the classifications that we make Rotary vibrant, that we make our clubs valuable for our members, that we show a difference in being able to help out members who need help. whenever they need to. We have benefited so much in Uganda from members who are working in different areas. When you need a passport, when you need a travel advice, when you need a health intervention or guidance or a second opinion, when you need to make a decision on which career path to take, when you want to make a decision on where to take your children for school, when you want to make a decision on what kind of health practice is going to help you to remain healthy and fit, or even cut down or gain weight and so on, there's always somebody to ask within Rotary. So members get motivated when they see that kind of value and are ready to stay and serve the organization. They'll also be ready to invite others to join Rotary. They'll also be ready to remain in Rotary and make the sacrifice that it takes to make sure that they keep renewing their membership every year with very little or no stress. I also want to mention here that there are now new membership types and new clubs as well. We are increasingly seeing cause-based clubs where people in environment get together and they want to focus on working on the environment, where people who want to do health get together as health practitioners or people who are interested in health, and they utilize their classification to do a zoom in into a very specific cause. So we need to continue educating our members about these new opportunities that are going to expand the utilization of various classifications to do very specific but large and impactful and sustainable projects. I thank you very much, President, and I give it back to you as we wait for more questions and comments to this presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, CP Kate, for the wonderful lecture. I mean, for me, I have gained a whole lot today on membership classification. And I'm so sure other members here too have gained one or two knowledge from you. Okay, so now the floor is open for questions, contributions. If you have any question, please feel free. Okay, Rotarian Shin there, please unmute yourself. I see your hand up. Unmute yourself, please.
He had just shown compliments. He was just clapping.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, so but the floor is open for questions, for contributions. Dr. Bashu, your hand is up.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Shall I speak?
Oh, sure, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much for inviting me to this. It's a fantastic talk, and, very inspiring. I have a question which is sort of kind of slightly difficult, so please don't feel obliged to answer. I just wanted a general view. It is this. I think this talk might give the impression that classification is at the center of everything we do. I think our speaker, sorry, I can't pronounce the name, but she made it quite plain, and she just said so, that our interest, our skills, and our experience are just as important in what we do and where we enjoy. If that is the case, shouldn't the classification be perhaps a second tier of importance rather than the first tier? To give you an example, again, the speaker mentioned this. What if I join other Rotarians across the globe, say I play golf, or, I like drinking wine lovers fellowship. And these also strong forces to get us together. So in summary, my question is, should we just limit ourselves to our skills and get more skills in the club, or should we look at people with diverse skills, interests, and open mind who want to join in service, fellowship, and networking? Sorry it's so long, but I hope I have explained my question. Thank you.
Thank you, Rotary Basu, for the question. CP, would you want to answer the question now or?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Can I be heard?
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much, Dr. Basu. Excellent question. And indeed, we have action groups, we have Rotary fellowships, we have several other opportunities for members to join in the journey of service through their interest. And sometimes we find that the action groups and the Rotary fellowships could be a contributing factor to membership growth. Because membership, as we all know, is our first internal priority. Why? Because we need more helping hands to deliver projects. And we are not limited by Rotary Club membership. We are also allowed to belong and encouraged actually to belong to those different areas that Dr. Basu has raised. So it is a catch-22 when we say which one comes first and which one is a priority. I think the priority and the pillar is membership. And it doesn't matter which membership you subscribe to. It could be to a Rotary Club, it could be to a fellowship, it could be to an action group, it could be to a group of an alumni group, it could be to any other, Rotary related group. And so for me, I wouldn't think that it is a difficult question or it is a misplaced question. It's just a reminder to all of us that, look, Rotary is such a large family. We tend to look inward into the club and forget that there are other opportunities of service, because the Rotary Fellowships have done several interventions that have supported communities over years. Recently, we just concluded the camping fellowship annual event here, where we camped for support to children with congenital deformities and challenges. And we do that every year. There are many other fellowships that do similar things, either for fun or even for service. But ultimately, the goal should be to make a difference in the world, because what guides us is our vision, changing the globe, changing our communities, and changing our own selves. So once we keep our focus on that, then we are, enabled to be able to contribute to that, long-term goal through whichever avenue that we feel comfortable in. A number of Rotarians now belong both to clubs and also to action groups and to Rotary fellowships. Others choose one of the two, others choose two of them. Thank you very much, Dr. Basu, for bringing that up.
Thank you, CP. Does that answer your question, Rotary Basu?
Well, absolutely. I must kind of show my interest, and you will see how delighted I am with that answer. I was chairman of the Rotarian Doctors and now Rotarian Health Professionals Fellowship for about 11 years. And I'm currently technical advisor and a cadre member at the Rotary and Action Group on Reproductive, Maternal and Child Health. So of course it does. The point you made, and that is, we must look inwards, but we must also look outwards. For the whole world is our domain. We are global citizens, and we must exploit that opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any further questions or contributions?
Christine has put her hand up. Christine, you can unmute and speak.
Yes. Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Rotarian Christine, representing the Rotary Club of Asokoro, Abuja Diamonds. I just want to know what is really the best strategy in growing a Rotary Club For instance, with my club, I'm trying to bring more members into our club, more members of like integrity, members that are able to contribute to the welfare of the club. What might you suggest would be a great strategy for bringing in some good, effective members? Is there like maybe a recruitment process whereby we look for potential Rotary members? I'm just throwing it out there. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Rotarian Kate, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you very much, Rotarian Christine. Another excellent question. It's currently a topical issue, whether we should emphasize quality at the gate, or we then get in people and improve their outlook to Rotary as they are in. So that's currently a very topical debate in most clubs and most districts. My response to your question is twofold. First and foremost, every club has its own culture. Every club has the mandate or the responsibility to define its nature, its own values as a club, its own specifications, and so on. So we must continuously have these conversations of what kind of club would like to be. Sometimes we do it at charter and then we forget. And yet along the way, many other people join the bus, they join the club, and yet they are not aware of they were not part of the discussions that we have. So we have to keep that conversation alive on defining what kind of members we need or we want to be. And once we have defined that and we have a common understanding of the characteristics and the kind of members that we would like to have in a club, then we're able to invite people intentionally who are like us, who are more or less like us, and people who are likely to fit in the values and the norms of our clubs. And once they join us, then we must give time to proper orientation. Sometimes we hurry up to induct members before they even understand the values of Rotary, what is expected of them as Rotarians, what is not expected of them as Rotarians, what they are actually signing up to. So we need to have a well-defined strategy for membership in our club. And I congratulate all the clubs that have a written membership growth strategy, because in there, they define the kind of members that they would like to get in, how they source those members and how they invite those members to the club. Once they are within the club, what happens after they have visited us? How do we orient them? What is enough orientation? How do we onboard them? And then what mentorship do we give them thereafter? We also need to know that the majority of Rotarians actually live within their 1 year existence in Rotary. The next is a group lives after 2 years, and another group lives after 3 years. The majority of Rotarians actually live within the first 3 years of joining Rotary. So those 3 years are very, very critical. They are formative years in the journey of Rotary. And so once we induct people and we let them find their own level, without anybody to handhold, to guide, to continuously lead them to the learning center so that they improve their knowledge on Rotary, their skills in Rotary, to help them to visit other clubs, participate in district and international activities and so on, then we lose the Rotarians and probably we lose the formative years when they have just joined Rotary. So there's no one answer to that. The answer is we continuously refine who we are as clubs. We refine what we want to be as a club. What do we want to be known for? Who are we? We ask ourselves that question. What kind of experiences have we had that we need to drop as a club? What kind of things have we learned from other clubs that are working that we want to adopt in our clubs? Looking at the entire governance system and what is expected of every member, and making sure that our bylaws are extremely clear to every member and that we are implementing them. We're running the club based on the bylaws that the members themselves have accepted and agreed to. So once we do that, we'll probably improve our environment as Rotarians, but also encouraging and motivating and recognizing Rotarians who work on improving themselves. If members have gone into the learning center and done X number of trainings, they deserve to be recognized and appreciated. They deserve a platform to share that knowledge and how they manage to do it with other members. So we need to get our hands a little bit tired and a little bit working harder than we're doing right now. I recognize that a lot of us are in our comfort zones because we feel we don't have enough time to do the mentorship or to do the hand-holding or even to listen to members who have joined us. But definitely, Rotary does have a standard criteria that you must be a person of integrity, you must be a person who is dependable, you must be a person who has a good standing in your community to be invited to Rotary. And it's by invitation. So the onus is on each one of us to invite somebody with like values like yours, somebody with like personality or characteristics like yours, somebody who your first instinct tells you can actually fit within the family of Rotary. So there's no one standard answer to that. It's trial and error. But I know that once we have members with us, we can always get them around to adhere. But also the message we send out in our public image platforms, in our behaviors at work, in our behavior in the communities. We are role models. We are expected to be role models as Rotarians, role models of good. And if we do not exhibit those kind of characteristics, then it's also very difficult for people who are joining us or would like to join us to trust the environment that is a learning environment that we can, emulate the good that the Rotarians do out in the world. So thank you very much, Rotarian Christine. It's a debate that continues, and it is quite some work for us to do, but ultimately it pays off, because if the Rotarians 119 years ago did not hold the institution, probably we wouldn't be Rotarians now. We wouldn't have found a Rotary to belong to. So it is a personal responsibility for us to invite good people, and once we invite them, to support them walk through this journey for 3 to 5 years until when they can do that for others. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
PP Santosh, you can ask your question.
Someone else has a question.
Yeah, PP Santosh has a question.
Can you unmute me? Hello.
You are unmuted. You are unmuted, Santosh.
You're muted. We can hear you.
Yeah,
We
thank
can
you so
hear
much, Kevin Ramanji, Vijayji. This is Santosh, past president, Rotary Club of Thane Green City, India. Good evening to all, and I must appreciate and thanks CP Kate for very enlightening information about the memberships and everything. But I have a small feelings about this membership, and because classification is very important, and with the classification, the members, like any classifications, who needs support from other classifications, they can always get information and help from other classification within the club. But my question is, why can't a Rotary make another group like Rotary means business, RFM, music, so classification wise group, so that when you are in a particular club, at the same time you get automatically get a membership of your vocation. So when you get in your club, you have a different classification, and you get the help of the different classification for your club, and you get associate or get along with the different members. But when you have a membership of a different classification of your own classification, then you have that group membership where you can be associated with your own classification group, and then you have a different networking with your own classification group. I hope you understand my question.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So is there anything in Rotary that when you are a member of your own club, you can automatically get a membership of your own classification? Or why can't the Rotary do like that?
Okay, so Rotarian Santos, thank you very much for raising that. Unfortunately, at the moment, there is no dual membership unless you join as an honorary member in the second or third or fourth club that you would like to join. So that is a matter of policy, but it could be something that we can forward through the zone to the council on legislation to discuss and debate and say, look, we would like an expanded opportunity for us to be able to be among other classifications, but also have our own, area where we have a common interest group. Nonetheless, with the creation of flexibility around the nature of clubs, we're now able to have cause-based clubs where, different professional or business people get together to do what they like to do most or what they are most interested in. And we also have the opportunity for now to engage in fellowships that then give us the opportunity of a second belonging beyond the multiple classifications that are within our clubs. So we encourage all the Rotarians now to look out for the many, many, many action groups and fellowships that exist around the globe. And you will for sure find one where you'll be very, very comfortable doing something different from what you have been doing within, the traditional clubs. So it is something that probably can be discussed, and I think it's something we should also be discussing at district level so that some of these ideas increase the flexibility around which Rotarians can engage. Because for as long as we constrain the engagement space, then we find that people get bored, they get tired of the same environment and so on. But for now, we encourage many Rotarians who are already Rotary Club members to also register with fellowships and action groups. And also, they are also allowed to join as honorary members to other cause-based clubs where they can find that kind of experience. Thank you very much, Rotarian Santos. Good question.
Yeah.
Santos, to add that, as Kate has rightly said, there are fellowship groups where based on vocations, so you can search for one of those fellowship groups and join them.
No. I have created my own fellowship group, but my question was different. Instead of me creating my
fellowship
own
group is Rotary Fellowship, my dear friend. Rotary Fellowship.
I know. Rotary Fellowship. I'm in a RMB. I'm in a different marine group of Rotary. But I'm saying instead of me creating the group, why can't a Rotary has like you have your own club? But besides that, these are the classifications. Besides your own club, you can join this class, your own classification group. That is my say was.
You can propose in the next year.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah, but at the same time, just to add on Rotarian Santos, Rotary clubs, of course, are very independent entities, and they run business the way they see fit, as long as they are aligned within the laws of the country. And when I was charter president at the Rotary Club of Sunday, I actually introduced what they call communities of practice, because we had a very large club. We still have a large club. And so we found that in some classifications, we had 20 members. We were 135 then. And so we created different clusters within the club of people from the same classification. We had educationists on their own, we had medical practitioners on their own, we had people from the IT. I remember we also had environmentalists, we also had legal people on their own. And the idea was to build communities of practice that can not only engage professionally, but also advise the club in terms of the areas and the avenues of service, and also help to support the projects that the club was interested in. So I think, loosely speaking, you can actually do that at club level, But if we're looking at it internationally, then we will have to have the COL debate that and discuss and advise globally accordingly. But thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. But that's how we can globally connect. Because if I'm from India, you're from, say, Africa, somebody's from Europe, somebody's from America, and we are from the same professions, we can get more connected and we can have more classification groups connected with each others. That was my say.
Okay, yeah, it's taken. Definitely, I don't see any law that stops us from doing that. It's only that probably the registration and all that may not happen, but we are encouraged to network across districts, across continents, and if professional people go together around fellowships and things like that, or even on their own to do projects as partners, or even do their own learnings around the different areas of focus that directly speak to their classifications. I think those kinds of meetings and networking activities and travels and exchange visits and name it, would be a very brilliant idea. There's completely no harm and it contributes significantly to membership development. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, CP Kate. Thank you to every Rotarian present here for your questions, for your contributions. We keep learning daily, and we hope that whatever we've learned from every Rotary meeting, we would implement on it. Rotarian Vivek, your hand is up.
Yeah, Izoma, my president, I can say charter president, is a request from Rotary Club of Vampoi, Kano, District 9127, that you should also flag or this kind of e-meeting on district platform. So I hope you are on a district platform that is on a Telegram. So you also flag your meeting online over there. So more and more Rotary can join this kind of and get benefited from such kind of fantastic presentation.
Sure, and the district platform, yes. But unfortunately, I forgot to share the meeting link there today. I would subsequently, I would always remember to post it there. Thank you, Vivek, for joining us today.
Yeah. So in future, we will accepting over share
Yes. So,
Dr.
thank
Vasu, you want to say something?
Well, just to, before I say thank you very much, I'm sorry I'm speaking the third time and this is out of order. So please forgive me. But
you're forgiven.
That Rotarian, was it Santos, was talking about the, and I think as our speaker said, it's already there. Please don't reinvent wheels. There are 82 fellowships, which includes lawyers, in my case, doctors and health professionals. In fact, there is even a singles fellowship. And I'll tell you a lighthearted story. Madhu Vishnu used to be the person who started. She knows me from India. And I once said to her lightheartedly, I said, Madhu, is that a dating agency then? And he said, if you have a partner, you're out. So please, let's not reinvent wheel. All these are there. You just need a bit of money because most of them charge a fee. And I belong to about 7 fellowships, including past district governors, would you believe it? And then there are Rotary action groups. And again, if you want to do things, the action groups are the forum. So if you like, the way I like us to behave, that we work in our club, we join a fellowship, we join a Rotary action group. Obviously, as I said, it needs a bit of time and money, and maybe you don't want to have that. But let's enjoy Rotary, let's engage together, and let's create more friendship. Because it's the friendship we started, Paul Harris, to start a Rotary. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor. friendship is the basis of Rotary. Let us maintain this friendship level. I mean, in the past couple of weeks, I've had good friends here. I'm friends with PPVJ, with Rotarian Dominica, Rotarian Carol Phillips, Rotarian Catherine, Rotarian Lizzie. I mean, the list is endless. So let's continue to share friendship in Rotary, because that's actually the main basis or one of the main focus of being Rotarians. I think that's one of the ideas of Paul Harris when he came together with his 3 friends, making them 4 to start up the Rotary club.
That's it. Thank
So
you.
that being said, thank you. That being said, I would want to call on Rotarian Shola Adeleke to give a vote of thanks to our guest speaker for today. Rotarian Shola, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. My name is Rotarian Adeleke Shola from Rotary Club of Abuja, Asokoro Diamond, District 9127, Nigeria. I'm the immediate past president of the club. I want to sincerely appreciate PAG Kids. Believe me, this is very rich. Thank you so much for taking your time to share your words of experience with us all. This is so informative and engaging presentation. Your contribution to this topic is truly appreciated. Can we please all unmute and say thank you to PAG Kids? Please unmute and say thank you. Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. We love
Thank
you.
you.
Love you. We love you so much.
Thank
We love
you.
you. Thanks for being an amazing speaker, my PHA. Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you for such a beautiful vote of thanks. Very humbled. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rotarian Shola, for giving the vote of thanks.
You're
Great talk as
welcome.
always, CP.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for being present here on our list tonight. The next is introduction. So please unmute yourself, introduce yourself, your name, your district, your club, your classification. I'll set the ball rolling. My name is Rotarian Bien. I'm the chapter president of this very unique e-club of Nigeria, District 9127. And my classification is mental health nursing. I'm a nurse in mental health department. Thank you. So feel free to unmute yourself and introduce yourself.
Hello, good evening, everybody.
Hi,
I'm Rotarian Liz Musoke from the Rotary Club of Gayaza. I'm the PR in the Rotary Club of Gayaza. Yeah, thank you, and I'm happy to be here with you this evening.
Finally, good to see you.
Good afternoon, good evening. My name is Rotarian Christine Mbaba, representing District 9127, Rotary Club of Abuja Asokoro Diamond. I am a Bermuda chain, so I exchange different currencies, dollar, pound, euro, dirham, and I am also a notary public in the state of New Jersey, USA. But I hope to come back to Abuja very soon to be a part of my club. Thank you, everybody. God bless.
Good to have you, Rotarian Christy.
Good day to you all. My name is President Chrysostoma from the Rotary Club of Flower Sunrise in Zimbabwe, District 9210. Ours is a new club chartered on 29 June 2022. So this is just our 3rd year. I'm the president. I'm in the services sector. I work for the Revenue Authority. Thank you.
Thank you. Please introduce yourselves, please. Unmute and introduce yourselves.
Good evening, all.
Good evening, Toyin.
Yeah, Good evening. My name is Rotary Oluwatoyin Deborah Coulthard, Chartered President, Eagles Nigeria, District 9127. My classification is microbiologist.
Good to have you here, Toyin.
Hi all, my name is Godfrey Apusan from the Rotary Club of Ngora. I am the president-elect, but also serving as a vice president this year. Interestingly, CP Kate Barasa is our club advisor.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. Good to have you here. Rotarian Phillips, we've not heard your voice tonight.
Hello, I'm Rotarian Charles Sodong from RC Sonde, Rotary International District 9213. Incidentally, CP Kate is our charter president. Thank you. I'm a director of vocational services.
Good to have
Thank
you
you.
here. Good to have you.
Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever it is in your area. I am Carol Phillips, a Jamaican living in McDonough, Georgia, which is about 30 miles from Atlanta. I am a member of the Rotary Club of Stone Mountain. Classification Financial Services. Our district is 6900. It was good to be here. Thanks very much for a wonderful presentation. It has made some connections that I didn't think about before. Thank you.
Hi, Rotarian Carol. I'm originally from Stone Mountain.
You are?
Yeah.
Girl, send me a number.
Okay, I will. I'm gonna chat you privately now.
I'm going to send it to you. Christine, I'm sending you her number immediately.
Okay, Rotarian Vien, thank you.
You're welcome.
So I am Rotarian Dom Harrison. I'm also from Jamaica. We belong to...
My Jamaican friend.
Hello there. And we belong to District 7020, and I am a past president of my club.
Good to have you here, sir.
It's good to be here.
Welcome.
More introductions, please.
Hi, this is past president Vijay Keval Ramani, and I also happen to be one of the honorary members of Rotary Club of Sonde, where our speaker CP Kate is the charter president. Thanks once again, VN, for such a wonderful meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my great mentor.
Congratulations.
And of course, I omitted to say thanks to Vijay for inviting me to yet another meeting. He has been inviting me to meetings for years. Ever since COVID, and he has gotten in touch with all these various clubs. He has been inviting me to meetings left, right, and center. Sometimes I can't make them, but when I can, I do.
Thanks, Carol.
Thanks, Vijay.
Hi, this is Santos from Santos. You can call it as a Spanish name Santos, but in India you call it Santosh.
Okay.
I am the past president of Rotary Club of Thane Green City. Currently, I am district avenue chair for toilet block. I am into business of energy, marine and industrial equipments. Thank you.
Good to have you here.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, especially to Mr. Vijay Keval Ramani for adding me to this group for the meeting. And I had been listening to Sunday Club's various meetings. So they are really very nice meeting you are conducting. My best compliment to Rotary Club of Sunday.
Thank you. The floor is open for more introduction. If there is none, then we'll move forward.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Good evening.
teacher. Good evening.
Yes, my name is Rotarian Emeribe Yunan from Rotary Club of Owerri Central.
Wow, good to have you.
Yes, yes, Rotary District 9142, a past president of Rotary Club, and also my classification is environmental engineering. I'm so happy to be in this fellowship today.
Thank you for joining us, Chicha. Good to have you here. Hope to see more of you.
You will.
Good. Hello. Hi, Rotarian John.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rotarian Eunice Wanjiru from Rotary Club of Nairobi Thika Road, from District 9212, Classification Business. And thank you for the good presentation. And I'm so happy to be here.
I am Rotarian John Sessan.
Thank you.
From the Rotary Club of Michiana in Uganda.
Thank you, Rotarian John and Eunice, for joining today's meeting. We appreciate you. Okay. We're supposed to do Saj, but the person in charge has left the call. I think she's driving home now, so I'm going to omit Saj for today. Let's toast. Rotarian Christy, can you give a toast to all Rotarians present, to our guests and friends, to Federal Republic of Nigeria, and to Rotary International?
All right. Thank you, Rotarian Vienne. Hope you're doing well.
I am.
Okay. And I like that you're a mental health specialist as well. So I will also chat with you about that a little bit later. But let's continue with the toast. I would like to just give a toast to Rotary International. I am a very proud Rotarian. Everybody knows that. I've been trying to even bring my dad in. He's just a little bit reluctant, but nonetheless, we'll get him in. But I just want to give a toast to Rotary International for all the lovely individuals that I've met through this organization. I hope the best for all of us, that we may all reach our goals, our innermost desires. And I just pray for God's protection for all of us, that God may continue to give us the strength and determination to press on. And I give a very extremely big toast to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I bleed green, white, green. If you open my bones, you will see Nigeria spill out of me. So I am a Naija baby, okay? Naija to the bone. So I give a very big toast to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We are indeed a great Black nation. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you, Christy, for that wonderful toast. Thank you, everyone. I want to especially thank PPVJ for giving us the privilege to use his link again. You can always replay today's meeting on the YouTube link to learn one or two again from the guest speaker. Sorry, okay. I would send out the YouTube link so that you can always go back to it and play it and learn, because there's a whole lot to learn from our guest speaker tonight. And for those who have requested for the slides to be sent to them, you would get them after the meeting today. Again, I want to say thank you to CP Kate for the honor of being the guest speaker for today's meeting, despite her very tight schedule. On a very short notice, she obliged to be our guest speaker. I'm most honored to have you here today, ma'am. And thank you for preaching Rotary classification to us. We appreciate you. We love you so much. Also, I would want to thank especially Rotary Phillips. She has attended my meetings. I think this is the third meeting she's attending, even though we haven't met physically, but someday very soon we would meet. So I appreciate her.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you for coming. Please come again and again and again. And to everyone here, I'm seeing a name. Halima. Halima is a very good friend here. Halima, good to have you once again to join us at today's meeting. I'm surprised you've been mute. When I said introduce yourself, you didn't. Good to have you join us at today's meeting again. We're wrapping up now, and our meetings, we've moved our meetings from weekly fellowships to bi-weekly fellowships because it's become a very busy period for most of my club members, and I wouldn't want to overlabor them after work, coming back, even though it's a virtual meeting, but most of them are usually just closing from work at the time of our meetings. So we've moved our meetings from weekly to bi-weekly. So our next meeting is going to be on the 11th of September, 2024. So I hope to see every one of you here at our next meeting. On that note, I want to say, have a wonderful evening to everyone here. For those who are already in the evenings, for those who are in their afternoons, enjoy the rest of your day. And for those who are at midnight, I guess PPVJ, this is midnight for you.
Exactly
Have
midnight.
Have a sound sleep.
I just
sleep.
Restful night.
I just reached the parking, and CP Wayne Carol is one of your potential speakers in the future also. Please note that.
Yes, I already told you that
I see. What?
Yes, I already told PPVJ to help me speak to you, to come give us a lecture. So tell us when you'll be free. I'll send you the free dates. So you pick any day of your choice, give us a topic, and we'll expect you.
I hear you. I see someone has joined us from Georgia's, from North Cobb Rotary, Ada or Ada. I didn't see her speak, but she wrote a note.
Okay, let me see. I didn't.
Oh, yes, she responded to my message just now. Okay.
Ada Wikina.
So that's not.
Yes. Veteran Ada Wikina. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning.
She's
Can you
there
mute
online.
yourself?
Yeah, she's
there.
responded in the chat. She responded to me in the chat, but I'm not
Okay.
seeing her on the screen. So, oh yeah, she's on the screen over here.
She is unmuted.
She's on the screen here. Yeah. Veteran Ada. You can hear her. Could it be network?
It looks like she's trying. Looks like she's trying to unmute, but it's not working.
Let me.
Thank you, CP, for the wonderful presentation. Looking forward to more.
On.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we're hearing you now. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. My name is Ada Wikina. I'm the president of North Cobb Rotary in North Cobb, Georgia. Yeah. Happy to be here. I've been listening all through, but I had other things going, so that's why I had to stay muted.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining. So did Vijay invite you as well?
No, Oddly Night is the one who invited me.
Oh, wow.
Oddly Night used to be the regional membership officer for District 33 and 34. And he's also a member of my club.
Okay.
Carol, my WhatsApp was to around 10,000 people, and then it is forwarded to many people.
What's that? What's that, Vijay?
Vijay, we didn't hear you.
I said my emails and WhatsApp go to around 10,000 people, and then they are forwarded further to many people.
Oh, okay, okay. That's good. That's good.
Yes.
And I
yes.
see
One mail was shot to around
Blessing.
100 people, and today also we had around 50 people joining.
Right.
Yep.
Vienna, I had assured you that you will have a good audience today.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate.
Well,
We had
with
on and
Vijay on your side, that goes without saying, okay?
Of course. we had
No, but
on
today
and off
we
for
should thank
6 47.
thank CP Kate also, because I can see around 15-20% of the audience is here because of her, to accompany her, because she's a very
from Kate's
respected
club.
leader.
Okay.
She's a very respected leader in Uganda, 9213.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, President.
So,
Many thanks to PPVA for the great mentorship and support. Thank you so much.
thank you, CP Kate. So the meeting has
Thank you.
officially come to an end. See you, same station, same time on the 11th of September.
The link would be the same, so you all can join same time.
Yes, the link will be the same.